About a year ago, while visiting Australia, Alex Pereira shaved the head of a fan battling cancer. Recently, Alex reunited with this individual, who has since overcome the illness. Alex posted this to his Instagram. He wrote, "I am not an example of how to overcome obstacles as difficult as cancer, but here I bring you an example of someone who overcame cancer."
Alex, would you be able to shave my head? I'm gonna lose it. And if anyone shaves it, I'd love it to be you. Nearly there. Thank you so much.
Segue na frente porque você saiu na frente.
Pessoal, tô aqui, ó, com o Alto. Não sei se vocês lembram dele. Faz um ano atrás, mais ou menos, que eu vim pra Austrália e, pô, se vocês não lembram, vou mostrar o vídeo aqui pra vocês, né? Eu cortando o cabelo dele, pô, fui no Instituto do Câncer aqui na Austrália, né? Foi uma parada assim bem emocionante, assim, bem pesado pra mim, pô, chorei, emocionei ali, né? E, pô, ver a recuperação desse cara aqui, velho, quando ele falou pra mim que, tipo, ele tava treinando Muay Thai, mas ele teve que parar por causa do câncer, mas, pô, foi lá, lutou contra o câncer, venceu o câncer e tá aqui, ó, depois de meses, né, com tratamento e agora zerado do câncer 3 meses. Pô, é uma grande superação. Uma grande superação aí. Chama ou não chama?
Chama!
Pô, é isso aí, velho. Essa aí é pra inspirar, velho, todo mundo, velho. Isso sim é lutar, velho. Chama.
It looks like Anthony Smith's retirement fight has been booked. Per multiple sources, Anthony is set to fight Zhang Mingyang at UFC 314 on April 12th. Mingyang is currently on an 11-fight winning streak. Anthony Smith, on the other hand, has won 2 out of his last 7 fights. Rob Font now has a new opponent, since Dominic Cruz was forced to pull out of their fight at UFC Seattle next week. Font will now fight Gian Matsumoto, an undefeated Brazilian fighter with a record of 16-0. The GFL has announced more fights. Earlier this week, they announced the rematch between Luke Rockhold and Chris Weidman. Yoel Romero will be fighting Shogun Rua. Uriah Hall is fighting former Bellator welterweight champion Douglas Lima. And to top it off, former UFC heavyweight champions Fabricio Verdum and Frank Mir have been booked. What do you guys think of these new matchups? Post your opinions in the comments. Luke Rockhold roasted Rampage Jackson for getting a hairline tattoo. Rampage had this done years ago.
I was losing my confidence a little bit because I was losing my hair, and I heard about SMP.
Rampage posted footage to his Instagram. He wrote, "In this whole time I thought Luke Rockhold and I were boys. He flamed Bobby Green and me at the same time." Luke left a comment saying, "I just wish that would work for white people."
Bro, I just realized you guys both got tattooed heads. Hey, how come yours? What'd you put on yours? I can't tell.
Gregory Rodriguez is confident as he heads into tonight's fight against Jared Cannonier. RoboCop plans to secure a win, take on 1 or 2 more fights this year, and work towards earning a title shot.
There's a lot of change in the belt fights just happened, and Dricos is still the champion. So, but I think that's the perfect time because all the middleweights and the top, especially the top 10, is fighting in this time. So, and I'll beat Jared Cannonier, and I'm not gonna be wait so long to fight again. That's one a good thing for me. And yeah, I'm excited because I see these changes and I'm moved together with that. So yeah, that's gonna be a great time for the middleweight division. You know, so many good and new stars coming up, and I will be one of those. So right now, my head is still in this fight Jared Cannonier. I'm not thinking nothing about that one. But yes, I did my plans, probably 1 more fight or 2 more fight this year, you know, and I see myself fight for the belt really soon. So I just need to do my job, the perfect job I have been doing, and that my time is gonna come. The fans can expect the RoboCop will bring the justice inside the octagon. 1 more time, excited fight, and 1 big win for myself.
Kamaru, Usman, and Henry Cejudo had another debate over the potential matchup between Alex Pereira and Dricus du Plessis. Cejudo reacted to Alex's recent statement saying that Dricus is just too small, dismissing this comment and favoring Dricus to win the fight. Usman strongly disagreed with Cejudo, referencing how large Pereira appeared when standing next to Dricus at UFC 312.
Seriously, Pereira goes, this man is just too small. I don't believe that one. I don't believe that one. I don't believe. No, you can be big all you want, dude. When you have two daggers and two knives, trust me, dude. If size matter, Kamaru, that means the giraffe would be the king of the jungle, bro. That's not how it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is one fight that I will say is like, no, not really, Alex. Like, Alex, you're a 185 pounder before. What is the difference? Yeah, you may have a little more meat or whatnot. You may be tall. But if you know how to use your technique and how to distribute it and stylistically use your wrestling, I give a DDP more of a chance than I would give Ilya to become champ.
Henry, I swear, I just want to jump through the screen, hold you up, and just do this sometimes. Because I think like Henry, what? Did you see Pereira inside the octagon when DDP said that? Did you see his shirt didn't even fit him? His shirt was like this on him. His arms was through the shirt like this.
And that could be a problem too.
What do you mean? He's always been like that. Pereira at 185 was probably the next day 220, fighting at 185. And now at 205, I don't doubt this man is in there at 235. Pereira is right. He is big, huge.
Daniel Cormier weighed in on Sean Strickland's claim that Eric Nicksick will no longer be in his corner for future fights. DC expressed doubt that the split will actually happen, given that Nicksick is the head coach of Extreme Couture. He added that the friction between the two is largely Sean's fault, stemming from his refusal to follow Nicksick's instructions during the fight against Dricus du Plessis.
Guys, that all sounds really good in theory. It really does. They're friends. I get it. But he's the head coach of that gym. Do you believe that when we were all fighting, especially fighting at the top of the sport, that we could pick and choose and go, well, we don't want Javier Mendez in our corner? He was the head coach of the gym. I don't know that it works like that. And if that's what the idea is supposed to be, I think we're going to be seeing more changes coming out of that Extreme Couture gym. And when it's that, right, when you have more changes, it's not the coach, guys. It's not the coach. So I think Sean needs to be very careful in this sense. And Eric's a great guy. So it might actually be okay. Eric might be a guy that might go, okay, Sean, you can work with other people. But I will tell you, in most instances, you don't get to just X out the head coach and go about your business freely. It just doesn't work like that. He's the head coach for a reason. Eric's been at this gym for a really long time. They're going to have some hard conversations coming out of that gym. But ultimately, the fault is on Sean Strickland because he is the one that did not operate at the level that his coaches expected him to. That's it. And that's why the frustration was there from Coach Nicksick. I walked into the octagon, yes, and said that. Same fight. He goes, oh yeah, we didn't really change anything. And they were very adamant leading into the fight of the changes that they needed to make. They knew what they had to do different. They knew and understood that the pace needed to be higher. Sean needed to be more active. But what happened in that octagon that made Sean Strickland go, I can't be more active? Ultimately, obviously, he went to the broken nose and everything. But up until that point, round one was an extension of what we saw in round 2, 3, 4 of fight number 1. Just the same thing.
Gilbert Burns has stepped up to defend Sean Strickland following the heavy backlash he's received since UFC 312. Burns dismissed the idea that Strickland talks a lot without backing it up, highlighting that Sean has proven himself time and time again inside the octagon. He also noted that MMA fans tend to have short memories, quickly forgetting Sean's past performances.
Sean didn't get the distance. Sean was feeling, I don't know, maybe he wasn't feeling good, whatever. We're never gonna know, right? But to say, oh, he talks a lot, he doesn't back it up, I don't like that. I think the guy backed it up many times. He backed it up against Imavov, he backed it up against my guy Brandon Allen, he backed it up against so many guys, right? Paulo Costa, Adesanya. Bro, he beat a lot of the best guys, and people saying, oh, he just talks, he doesn't do much. I think that's very disrespectful. People have very short memory. It's the Reels day, you know, like it's the days that TikTok days that you sweep, you see something nice, and then swap again, and he's gone. But it was not long ago the guy was the champion, fighting everybody. He beat so many good guys, and people now he just talk. He talks a lot, he's crazy, but I like it, and the guy back it up, or he tries at least.
Jon Jones went on Instagram Live in the middle of the night last night and appeared to be extremely intoxicated. It appears Jon said you go on a trip and get pissed off, disappointed, and as a dad, you just want to kill him.
On a trip and get pissed off, disappointed, and as a dad, you just want to kill him. On a trip and get pissed off, disappointed, and as a dad, you just want to kill him.
So that clip rapidly circulated around social media platforms. Jon is facing significant criticism over that footage, as many assume that he was in some type of training camp preparing for Tom Aspinall, despite no official fight announcement. To read off the top reactions: drunk as a skunk, this dude needs Jesus, Jon Jones re-entering his prime, going live in some sort of storm in the middle of the night, and slurring words that sound like wanting to kill someone is never a good thing to see/hear. Hopefully he's alright and he's not back to his old self. He's actually a really bad person. That's creepy. Damn, Jones off the rails again. And I'm sorry, but anyone that thinks Jon Jones beats Tom Aspinall is delusional. There's a reason he's not taking the fight yet. What do you guys think of this situation? Post your opinions in the comments.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos.
Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's in reference to Renato Moicano and Gilbert Burns responding to Khamzat Chimaev's challenge, saying that if anyone could submit him in the gym, he would give them 1 million rubles. The first one says Moicano saying he could submit Chimaev has to be the funniest thing I've heard today. The second one's from Whistling Is Never Enough. Says Chimaev be talking about rubles? LMAO. And the final one's from Trey Ball Wavy. It's in reference to Ilia Topuria calling out Dustin Poirier. It says bro's trying to knock out all of the fan favorite legends.
Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.